Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to another episode of our Hogwarts Legacy Let's Play. So we're back in the castle. I sold the gears, emptied out our inventory, and we're ready to continue with our main quest line. But first we're going to have to meet Nati and speak to her about the follow-up quest. We're still trying to take down Harlow. Might have to wait, because I don't think she's out here in the middle of the night in the Great Hall. Wow.
Revelio.
Well, I'm glad we came during the winter season still. Elf disappearing. And we wait.
Ah, I have been meaning to speak with you.
There's a chest underneath us?
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way, but that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me.
Revelio.
You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Alrighty. Beautiful Great Hall in the winter. Now, this chest that is apparently below us. I don't know if we can get to it. Definitely not through this. I can't pick it up with the scan. Now we're officially done with all the side quests. We basically only have the main quest left, which I guess we can tag. I'm still trying to figure out how we go below. Wonder if we can get to that chest.
When mentor and student collide.
At least we're going in the right path for the map chamber.
Revelio.
That looks like a chest of sorts. But we've been here already. And since it's glowing blue, it's not a collectible chest.
What's wrong, Eagle students? Afraid of a staircase? Slow coach! Slow coach!
I wonder what animal I am. In my opinion, this may
Revelio.
Let us keep our heads around it. I'm truly sorry. I didn't think.
That's opened, so I don't know why it's still glowing yellow. But we finally arrived. Have a chat with our third keeper.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
We flew our way in last time. Are we gonna wait for owls?
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Alright, let's find Fig. Although, I do know how to get there. We flew.
I'd like to retire. Where did you get
Alright, almost there.
Revelio!
That twinkle.
I lost the eyes. Get away from me. If I could undo all that happened that day, I would.
Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A Polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Alright, I mean, this is pretty cool, but it is disturbing that Fig has this prepared. Do they react to me differently?
Professor?
Oh.
Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather...
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours. You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
What could the headmaster want?
We are playing our role rather well.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Headmaster, here, what could he want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Something is very wrong with Professor Black.
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
Alright. Let's find the
What
house
did we do
elf.
to deserve him as a head?
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
I tried doing homework.
Oh no, it's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Greetings! I mean, out of my way, children.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business for me.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that now.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house elf. There's no doubt in Scrope's mind.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's purebloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The Polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. Revelio.
This is a new area.
Aloha Mora.
Let's pick up these chests first.
Revelio.
Ooh, demiguise as well. We're gonna have to turn to night.
Fine now, Demi guys.
Kind of curious if this leads to anything. I don't think so. But I'm still convinced this is a faster way up there.
Revelio.
Last time we managed to land here. I think we can. Give me a second. There was a way to position ourselves. We can't lift ourselves up anymore. There's a limitation there, but... Oh, come on. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Revelio.
The Sorting Hat. The Enchanted Hat was created by the 4 founders of Hogwarts as a means by which students would be placed into one of 4 schoolhouses. Skilled at Legislamancy, the Sorting Hat can see into the wearer's head, allowing to determine their thoughts and abilities. There are more stuff in here that we did not fully uncover last time.
Revelio. Flipendo. Revelio.
I think it's below us. Last time we could fall down no problem.
Revelio.
I think we already have one copy of this key. We need to go down. And this seems to be the only path down. There we go. Let's wiggle our way. Come on. Allow us to go down. Gotta figure out some gaps in here. Kind of stuck in the middle.
Revelio.
What if it lets us crouch and then we can squeeze our way down? Oh my god, we're stuck. This might be the closest spot. Our little shortcut did not work, but we did pick up a field guide page.
Revelio. Confringo. Accio. Revelio. Revelio.
15th February 1851. This morning's crystal gazing was most discouraging. I was initially thrilled to see the Ministry of Magic in my future. The atrium appeared to me clear as day. I always dream of working there. However, as atrium dissolved into a sea of brooms, endless rows of them, my elation turned to despair. Am I destined for a future in the broom registry control? The tedium would rival the song of a flooper for my sanity. For now, I must accept I'm simply not naturally inclined toward divination. But this is a rather old letter.
Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Darling sister, delight to receive your recent owl. Sounds as if you are, as usual, rising to the challenge presented by not only the students, but also a certain headmaster. Your patience knows no bounds. Speaking of patience, thank you for all you've done for Gareth. Your instincts are sharp indeed. A delicate balance of discipline and creative encouragement is all you need. I confess I'm glad his fellow students have replaced his own family when it comes to trying out his latest brews. Marvelous how he spends it. You're the first lucky ones. Never mentions the possibility of untoward reactions. Well, I must be off. Apologize for a short note. Seems the youngest had got herself into a bit of predicament. Tossed the garden gnome into the neighbor's perishable plums again. Anyways, hope to see you at the holidays. So this is for Weasley family. This is Gareth's mom writing to
Revelio.
Professor Weasley, who is the aunt.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Professor Hecat, as discussed, I've corresponded with my goblin acquaintances at Gringotts. All have condemned Rimrock's actions, and some have privately considered his motive may not be what they seem. From what I heard of his treatment towards others of his own kind, those who refuse to join his rank, I'm inclined to agree with our friends at the bank. I'll let you know. Sharp. Related to Professor Sharp, perhaps?
Revelio.
Hecat is our defense against the dark arts teacher. Ah, we have the key. Four locks with one key. A bit redundant, but that is another secret of Hogwarts. That's the last one. A fashionable dress. Yeah, what else is here?
Revelio.
The Quill of Acceptance and the Book of Admittance. Oh. These were placed here by the family and have not been touched since. They record the name of every prospective Hogwarts student the moment they first show signs of magic, although the quill is more lenient than the book, which will sometimes snap shut before the name is written if the evidence of magic is not dramatic enough. Ah. That's how we get picked to come to the school.
Revelio.
There's a mirror quest. Ah, this is where...
That's where I need...
Well, first...
Revelio.
Headmaster office gargoyle. Staircase, at least the headmaster's office, is guarded by an enchanted gargoyle that will only let those who know the password enter. Though anyone choosing to visit the current occupant of the office is difficult to fathom. Anyways, we have this. How far can that be? It also can't be in the office now, can it? Just gonna go check it out real quick. Star-shaped. Here.
Toujours pure.
And for once, we're entering the office properly.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? That must be the pedestal.
Well, this is also where our episode will end. We'll come back next time and kickstart our third trial, and seasons will change afterward, I assume, and we'll continue with the story from there. Until then, bye!